area in one sense. There's really not a lot happening inside of here. So you have office, 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 and office. So what I suggest doing is just about the same square footage of what you're using downstairs. Now your kitchen, just put a wall here. You could put another office right here, usable office, which would be nice. And then you bring up to here with your kitchen, so you could still save 3 offices up here. And this is about the size of your kitchen. Now what's great
So which are the 3 offices we are saving? This is
that one would go, that would now be kitchen, kitchen, kitchen.
3, okay.
And you'd save this one, and it would just create another office here.
Office. Okay.
Yep. Now what's nice about it is, we could even cut in the door if we wanted to off the back for deliveries. So think about it, when you had all your deliveries before, you'd be coming in through this door, which everyone's gonna be using. You have to go to an elevator, you have to go down the elevator, then all the way to the back side of the building. Now when you get deliveries, we can cut a door in here if we need to. You're right into your walk-in coolers and storage, or you come in, that door right in. And so the same thing when you have your restaurant. Now it's a straight shot from this kitchen on this floor. You're gonna walk right through into your restaurant, not having to climb up and down stairs. The good thing is with your cafeteria, you're probably cooking bulk foods. So which means you're making like large steam table trays, everything else. Well, that's great. You get a rack that's on wheels, right into the elevator, downstairs, and you're golden. And this way to your restaurant, this is just a much easier traveling path to get to and from your restaurant. So it does cost a little bit of valuable real estate on this floor, but I think the cost savings overall, there would never be a return on investment with the amount of money that it would cost to put the kitchen downstairs.
Okay. There is no plumbing over here, right? I mean, you have to do the plumbing lines over here fresh.
No matter where the kitchen goes, they all gonna be fresh. Because everything's gonna be sized appropriately for the kitchen.
But you mentioned there that the plumbing basement is going to cost more than what is going to cost over here.
A lot more downstairs, correct? Yeah. Here what will end up happening is I'll be coring holes with my coring machines to get the plumbing downstairs, tie into the plumbing lines, which I can catch the ones right over behind the boiler room pretty easily. And what's nice is with the classrooms downstairs, all this plumbing will be hidden above the suspended ceilings.
Okay.
Which is great. So I'm not, going through with the big saw machines, cutting up all the floors, getting all the underground plumbing in, which we can easily do. This is just substantially easier all the way around. Exhausting, venting, just all the way around it. It's a totally.
Okay. So kitchen part over here, we understood. Now the code that you've given, Rick, in that the big ticket items, and help me if I'm not able to recollect all of them clearly. Electrical is one.
In a nutshell, this floor and the floor beneath it, you need new electrical.
No electrical.
Yeah, so what ends up happening, all the stuff needs to come out, all these ceilings need to come out, all this glass needs to come out, all these lights need to come out. So inside the commercial kitchens, you need to have grease-proof light fixtures. So I can't reuse anything that's here. None of these outlets are gonna be any good. So I gotta pay to have them all removed. All the wiring needs to come out. It's gonna go all the way back down to the panel. And then all new wiring needs to get brought in. So because we're taking down this large section of the wall right here, all that electrical needs to be chased again all the way back down to the box. It's gonna be disconnected when we will need to add more electrical in all these areas. The whole downstairs needs all new lights. So it's almost a gut.
Downstairs, what's happening? Why we need lights there? Whatever existing things are there, they're not up.
Because we gotta take the suspended ceilings down.
Okay.
All the suspended ceilings need to come down in order for us to do the work that we need to do. And there's no sense of using old lights that are all burnt out. It's gonna cost more money for me to fix a light than it would be to change a light. And not to mention these lights are antiquated. They're not energy efficient whatsoever. I can put in a beautiful 2x4 LED troffer. They're light, they're bright, they're energy efficient, and it's gonna cost less money than doing it. But you're looking at relighting all of this. We're looking at relighting the whole lower level as well.
Also, okay, so we are relighting the whole level in the downstairs and the first floor, this portion.
Yep, this portion back here.
Back portion.
And then the lights inside the temple, in the restaurant, they seem great.
Yeah.
So I suggest we keep those for now. They can be changed out at a later point in time. And then, we could always add wall sconces or something like that to create more ambiance if you needed that.
But in terms of the capacitor that is there for this building, is that enough or we need additional augmentation to that?
For the electrical?
For the electrical.
The electrical, there appears to be enough.
Enough?
And especially where we're going to be going to items that use a lot less electricity. I think we're going to be fine. with it. I don't see any reason why we'd have to upgrade the electrical.
Okay.
And again, the gas line, from visually looking at it, looks good without an engineer actually doing the BTU load counts for any of the stuff that's going in. You know, again, visually it looks good, but I need the engineer to be able to do that. Same thing with the water lines. You know, it's a pretty large water line that comes in. It looks like it's gonna be enough to sprinkle this whole building. But again, until the engineering is done, it looks great, but I also don't know what the water pressure is. It could be, you know, 90 pounds, it could be 150 pounds. You know, if it's 150, you're probably all right. If it's 90, we might be bringing in a bigger line. But those items, again, because the plans right now are so vague, you know, we're making, you know, like I have in the proposal, we're making assumptions that those items are gonna be good.
Can't we find out the water pressure now, whether it is 90 pounds or 150 pounds through some?
We don't even have a sprinkler design, so we don't know what we
don't
need.
know, okay.
So you have to, pretty much once the project is committed, then you have to start all the architecture work and you start the engineering work. So they have to come in, and they're not gonna start it, because for Rick to come in and do the plans, it's probably gonna cost him $15,000 to actually do his plan. That's part of the quote that he's giving you. He's not gonna spend that money if he's not doing the job. So he waits till he gets the job, then he'll have the building engineered. You know, so what we all do as professionals, we do so many of these projects. We have a pretty good understanding and a pretty good knowledge of what it takes to actually build these projects out, because we've just done so many of them. So Rick, like myself, he pretty much knows to comply. He can take the square footage, knows how many heads he needs, you know, can roughly figure out how much pipe. He can do that quickly in his head. But then you need to have it stamped by an engineer, safety engineer, as to where the heads are going, you know, make sure that everything's covered, so on and so forth.
The sprinklering quote, if I remember correctly, it's 183,000.
That's correct, yeah.
I think the
You don't have to
initial-
take a look. Let me look at the
okay.
paperwork.
But probably the initial quote that Rick had given was 153,000.
Yep. What we do is we have to carry overhead and profit in there, because Rick Hunt's not gonna core any holes through concrete. All these floors are this thick, they're 1 foot thick solid concrete. Well, he doesn't do the coring. I have to do the coring. So that's the reason why I have to charge 10% overhead, 10% profit. Plus I gotta take care of all the management, the storage of it. You know, because there's gonna be pipes all over the place, so I gotta coordinate with painters and sheetrockers and electricians and plumbers. And that's why we have to charge overhead and profit on every contractor that's in here, because it affects, you know, the overall process of the job.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you. Let's move on.
Alrighty.